Yo, welcome back to another episode of the Nerd Related Podcast. Got your boy Raymond Johnson with my brother Brian Soto.
Welcome back. Welcome back. How's it going, bro? Hey, we're matching today. I didn't even notice while we were setting this up. Look at you with the blue shirt on.
It says Racine, but it's old, but I don't want to get rid of it because I think I bought it on the 4th of July, like 5 years ago.
Dog, I wear a hoodie you know how Facebook would be like 10 years ago or whatever. Yeah. I still wear a hoodie that I was wearing 10, 11 years ago. My wife hates it. She's like, bro, throw some of this clothes away. I was like, it still fits. It's not broken. I'll just keep wearing it as long as I can wear it. No, it's a Brewer hoodie.
Oh, you can't throw away sports memorabilia.
So I wanted lots have been going on. So on my end, still hurting. I think I told you guys my knee is messed up. After SummerSlam, my knee is really messed up. Like coming down to the dungeon to do this and to play, unreal. It takes forever, dog. Forever. But we're down here because we want to put this together. So we will put it together as often and as frequently as we can. SummerSlam was awesome. Real quick, though, before we jump into this, because I got something. I hadn't opened it since I got it. And I opened it today and made a quick video. So you guys are going to see it on the YouTube channel soon. I'm about to take my headset off so I can't hear you. But I just want you to see it really quick. Well, first I'll walk you through it and then I'll put it on. Look what came into this last little bit ago.
That is so
X-Men 97 Magneto helmet.
That is so fire, bro.
Dude, amazing. So you guys know I got a shit ton of helmets. Like you can probably see them like behind me, Pink Ranger, Power Rangers, all kinds of stuff. Star-Lord. I'm going to put it on because it's dope.
Yeah.
So, bruh. This thing is amazing.
Let's go.
Magneto. Dog, it is absolutely fire.
And you can
fire.
Wear it.
So good. It's so good. Look, so I wanted to just put it on and show you. And we're gonna put it right here for the rest of the pod so you guys can kind of admire it in the background.
We got a nice weight to it and whatnot.
Tell me that thing ain't amazing, bro.
No, it's fire. You got some
so
nice weight
cool.
to it?
Huh?
You got some nice weight to it?
No, it's pretty thin, but
I mean that's good.
It just looks fire, dude. Looks so cool.
You make me want a Cyclops visor now.
I'm just gonna go to like a random event. I'm gonna wear this, have like Thanos's or the Hulkbuster Infinity Gauntlet on one hand, have like the Hulk fist on the other, and just go as like a Super Skrull. Be like, what are you supposed to be? I'm a Super Skrull, bro. I don't know what you're talking about.
Sick.
It's super dope. I love it. Worth every penny.
Shiny. It's fire.
It looks nice.
Well, dude, hey, just think, if your leg gets any worse, you can just get a professor. Like, damn, dude, that's dope. Like, no,
I'm just making lemonade with lemons. Yeah, that's it. That's it.
It hovers though. Look.
No, I thought it'd be cool. I made a video with opening it and kind of setting it up because it has like little foam inserts or whatever.
Yeah.
But I was like, I gotta show Ray, but I don't want to show you before capturing it, on the camera.
Yeah.
So
that's dope.
It's super cool. I like it. So we did a lot. We did a lot last weekend. That's why this one's a little late. And then schedule just became a little harder, but we decided to take a trip. I think I alluded to it last time when Wes was here. Shout out to Wesley. Super cool having you on. Lots of good feedback. And again, we're going to be doing this once a month. So we got a couple people lined up already that want to do it with us. So that's awesome to see and hear. So let us know if it's something you guys want to check out. Anyway, so we were going to SummerSlam and we decided to make a trip out of it, which did not do my knee any favor. As a matter of fact, if it wasn't really injured before, that's what ended up messing it up. Just all the walking. So we were like, okay, we're going to go to SummerSlam. It was in Detroit. That's about 6 hours from here. And then Ray and I got word of a game, which we're going to talk a little bit about once I finish this quick story or recap, called Lorcana. It's a Disney licensed game to Ravenburger. It's a card game, a trading card game. Think Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic, Pokemon. And at Gen Con, it was going to be the first opportunity to buy these cards. So I was like, well, I'm already driving, right? We're already going to be driving around. And I was like, what's 4.5 hours to Indianapolis to go to Gen Con and see if we can get lucky? So we ended up deciding to do that. So we take off, go to Gen Con, and my wife's like, I kind of want to go to Buc-ee's. If you don't know what Buc-ee's is, it's a gas station. It's a gas station. It's a travel center. But it's like the biggest gas station you've ever seen in your life. It's like a Target with 100 pumps on it, and it's literally like a department store inside. They sell everything you could possibly think of. They even have a mascot. So she's super into it. She has hoodies, blankets, pillows, all kinds of shit. So she's like, well, we're going to be doing this. What can we do that? My brother was driving. He's like, yeah, we could do that. So we drive past Indianapolis to Kentucky to go to the gas station. We spent like 2-3 hours at the gas station buying stuff, eating, filling up. Come back to Indianapolis on Friday. Was it Friday? Yeah, Friday afternoon or morning-ish. And I go to Gen Con because I had bought a 1-day pass. So I get inside of Gen Con. It's crazy. This is one of the biggest like gaming conventions, not video games, but like board games, card games. Like Indianapolis was expecting like 75,000 people to go to this event. So it's like ginormous. So I go in there, get my badge. I knew it was gonna be crazy. So I had a map I had planned out. I was like, I'm gonna get my badge here. I'm gonna go down this hallway, get to the other hallway to go exactly where I wanted to go. So by the time I got there, they were like, oh, it sold out like 25 minutes ago. So unsuccessful trip to Gen Con. And then from there, we took off to Detroit for a cool weekend with my buddy Dario and his wife. My brother Christian was there. My buddy Andy, who you might have seen in the Nerd Related Sports podcast. And SummerSlam was amazing, bro. Like every match except for one was legit. Logan Paul was born to be a pro wrestler. He's getting a ton of hate. Some of it is legit. I get he's made some mistakes, but the dude has every skill set that he needs to be great at what he's doing.
Yeah, it's cool.
He's just so good. Every match, Brock and Cody killed it. The Bloodline stuff killed it. Seth and Finn killed it. The Battle Royal, which I thought was going to be pointless, was actually really good. LA Knight is probably the most over professional wrestler on the planet right now.
That's crazy.
That is nuts, bro. Like everywhere around Detroit, everybody was like, let me talk to you. Yeah. It was just nuts, dog. Going into the arena, the hour and a half, 2 hours we were waiting for it to start. People are doing his catchphrases at AEW events when their champion is talking. Like the dude is, he calls himself the megastar, so it's legit at this point.
That's crazy. We went to Monday Night Raw, and I'm like,
right.
Guy? And then, dude, like from that point to like now, it just
skyrocketed, just super over. And then, let me tell you though, Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler took and if you want the energy sucked out of an arena with 50,000 people in it, call Ronda Rousey. They'll hook you up. Now, it was the craziest shit ever. First off, the match was awful, but it was just quiet, bro. Like, like you can hear everything. It literally took a match and a half after Ronda's match for the crowd to get back into it. And that was the halfway point. That was the 4th match out of 8. It was so bad. Just awful.
I think it's because the other girl, man, she just don't got it. Whatever it is, she don't got it.
So Ronda's done now, supposedly. It looks like since Amanda's gone from the UFC, she wants to go back and try to get that title. But that was supposedly her last match in the WWE. And it was god awful. But overall, Detroit Stadium, the Ford Field, that's a cool stadium, bro. Like, if you ever want to catch a Packer game there, I'd be super down to go check it out. Like, it's just nice.
Man, Detroit, their field is fire.
It's nice. That was my first time ever there. It's nice. I've been to a couple, right? Not a bunch of football stadiums, but like Been to Green Bay, Minnesota's old stadium, Chicago, Detroit, Cincinnati, and I like Ford Field a lot. I'm not a
Right.
Packer fan. Green Bay is really cool too. Like Lambeau's a dope ass place to go to, even if you're not a Packer fan.
I've never even been to a game. Not
Dude,
even
their like Hall of Fame stuff is amazing. Like their little museum, super code.
I've drove past it a bunch of times.
So Lorcana, I feel like I've been dominating the conversation, Ray. So if you want to kind of just
Oh
take
man,
us into the world of Lorcana, maybe we can explain
yeah, for sure.
what it is, some of the rules, and why we're super excited about it.
Yeah, man. I was just listening, soaking stuff in because my week's been boring, man. Like after this move and just trying to get right, I've been working a lot. Like not much to can do. I mean, it excited me. My daughter started Star Wars for the first time. She's never watched it. She's 13, and I was like, I came home from working today. I was like, man, I want to watch Star Wars, and I was like, but I want to watch it with my daughter. So I was like, Nine, would you want to watch Star Wars? She was like, I was like, I was like, keep an open mind and give it a shot. So he watched the first one. She's like, I liked it. And I was explaining stuff to her, as it was going along, stuff like that. She enjoyed it. Then the second one, I had to watch her face. When Darth Vader told Anakin, not Anakin, Luke, that he was his father, she was like, I could just see her face. Like, I was like, yeah, that's his dad. She's like, what? I was like, yeah.
That's why when you ask me like how I should watch it, so like I always try to tell people that because that's the main reason I'd say it. Like there's two reasons, right? Like if you watch it in chronological order, it's gonna feel weird because the middle of the 9 movies is old technology. Like it just looks strange. That's one reason. The main reason is you don't get that moment you just experienced because you see who Anakin is, you see his rise, you see him slowly turn into it. So by the time you watch episode 4, 5, and 6, right? Like, so her not really being into Star Wars and watching it in this order, I'm sure was very impactful.
Yeah, I'm just surprised, like because we watched one day before yesterday, then we watched the other one yesterday. I'm like, hey, she's on a train with me, so it's pretty cool, man. Like my daughter growing up, she's always been my best friend, man. So she's in the comic books and superheroes and card games, even Lorcana, which I'm about to talk to you guys about. She wants to get into it too because it's Disney, y'all. Like, so this is a new trading card game, and I would say I played a few too. I've played Magic. I've played Pokemon. I played Pokemon heavy for a little while there. Like I was going to play spots and I was buying Pokemon cards whenever I could. So that was really big to me. I would say they don't play like either of them. Mostly Magic because you tap the cards, but they don't want to call it that. It's called exerting. So I feel like they took a lot of things from Magic. It's most So I say that's the most similar game it could be is Magic, but it has it didn't care. Like this is just the first one that came out, and they came out with an app so you can see every single card that's coming out in this set. So me and Brian have used that already. He's super into it, like
Super into it.
24/7 on it.
This is dominating my life right now.
But it got me into it, man. Just seeing like the cards like Genie and the Fox from Robin Hood. Like those are some of my favorite Disney characters. And like I'm a sucker for musicals, kind of, man. Like the other day I was going through all the musicals like that I can name off of, and I like them all. So and Disney's just musicals, but like it's awesome. Like we got uh everybody, like not everybody, but like Stitch, Lilo, and then they have the different colors, emerald, ruby, and you can use up to two colors, so you can make different decks that way. And then these guys went about it themselves, and they made on the PC. You can play you can play the game like online against friends or against other people, and you get every single card. You know what I'm saying? So you can play like you own every card. Me and Brian have done that. I've built a couple decks, so I think I have a good handle on the game, and it's coming out soon. And obviously, it's hot because Brian randomly bought a ticket while he was going to go to wrestling to stop and get some cards, and they were already gone. So There's going to be a lot of, I think things are going to, they're going to hold money wise for a while. And then the game is just super fun to play, and for the family. Brian was telling me that you could play multiple people at the same time because the objective is to gain lower. So you could play with your whole family. You each have a deck, and you can play four people, and you guys are just battling it out to get lower. Because you don't have to fight, you don't have to destroy the other characters. You know what I'm saying? Because you're just trying to get lower, and it's hard to explain it like without it being there. But like I was like say like there's a card called Fire the Cannons, and you can just play that and choose a character to do 2 damage to, and then some characters have evasive, and you can only attack them with evasive characters. And the game's gonna be awesome, guys. If you're in the
Yeah.
trading card games, you'll like it. If you're in the Disney, you'll like it. I'm into
Collectibles.
both, so I like it. Oh yeah, collectibles like this. Like they had a Mickey card that they're only giving away at the cons, the Musketeer Mickey card. That's gonna be a card that a lot of people want that you can't get unless you're at cons. So I know people have probably more than a few of them. They're selling them online right now. I haven't looked at any prices, but I bet it's going for upwards of 30, $40.
60.
Okay, we'll see. There you go, $60. And the first set hasn't
$60
even
a
dropped.
pop.
And they said the new set was going to be coming out. Brian will know, but
So November 17th. So it's every 3 months. Every 3 months, we're gonna get a new, they call them chapters. So this
okay.
is chapter 1. So just a little backstory in addition to what Ray's talking about, because it's Disney, right? So like they have it's not just a game, it's like there's a story, right? So like you're in a story. So basically there is a land or a place called Lorcana. And in this place, there are people called Lumineers, or kind of like wizards or summoners, right? So you as the person you're a Lumineer. So something's happened in Lorcana where their Lumineers are gone, and now portals are opening and bringing us to be their Lumineers. That's what kind of like the story is, right? So the cards or the characters, the Disney characters that you're seeing, those are called glimmers. They're like a glimmer of a scene or a character in a Disney movie. Either it actually happened or it's a new interpretation of what that scene could have looked like or what the character could look like. It's actually pretty cool. Like when you think about the nerdy side of it, it's interesting.
Yeah, I forgot to say that. Like most of the cards, like whoever your favorite person is, if it's in this first set, like you'll notice the most of the pictures they're pulled right from a scene in the movie or something like that. Like you'll notice them right away. Like one I can think of is the Beast when he's like knocking, something over whatever his
Be
cow.
prepared. Be prepared
Like
is straight from the movie.
it's super dope. And they have a Captain Hook where he got fairy dust, so he's flying. Like what I'm saying, like just yeah, the game it brings back good feelings, good memories, and then you're also playing. I made a villains deck, and Ursula, she's a beast. They got Zeus, Hades, Hercules, Donald Duck, Goofy, and then have all of them as 3 Musketeers. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? And then the game's gonna be awesome. And then
Tigger
oh yeah, Tigger.
and all the princess, not all of them, but a lot of the princesses. So Belle,
Yeah,
Aurora,
yeah,
Jasmine.
obviously they're gonna be coming because like they have the voodoo guy from Princess and the Frog,
Yeah,
but the princess isn't in there. I'm guessing they're gonna have the lightning bug dude in there soon. You know what I'm saying? Like we're eventually gonna get everybody, man, because they have the Cheshire Cat, they have Sergeant Tibbs,
Cruella.
like just loose characters that but you wouldn't think, they're in there.
No, it's cool. So like the game isn't super complex, so anyone can play it. And I think what this is going to do is like bring a new group of people into trading card games that never have either played it or have been away from it for a long time for a couple reasons. One is it's new, and typically new games have a 12 to 18-month window where it's absolutely insane, where people just want to check it out, see if it's going to last or not, and collect some stuff. But more importantly than that is people like Ray I'm a Disney adult. I'm a kidult in general. So like me and my wife are into this stuff. My wife's gonna play, like we're gonna be in anyways. But if you have children and you're into nerdy stuff or you used to play Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh, like this is a natural thing to get into to play together with your kids or with your family. And that's gonna be crazy. Like these events are gonna get competitive, and people like me and Ray will be playing, obviously, but you're gonna end up going to a lot of these trading card stores or hobby stores, and there's just gonna be massive events with family. Like it's not just gonna be like random dudes playing games. Like there'll be learn to play
Yeah.
sessions and kid sessions and meta sessions, right? Like it's just gonna be really crazy. I'm super, like Ray said, I'm super into it. I try to make decks. There's like every game, everyone's trying to figure out what the meta is and how to win, and it ends up being boring when you play on Pixel Born online because everybody's running the same similar deck. Meanwhile, I'm just trying different things to see what works and what doesn't work, and like,
Yeah.
well, how does this work against that? Or what if I do, like earlier today, I created a pirates and thieves deck, so it's mainly pirates and like Aladdin's. So like, how would this work, and like, how do the items work? And it's a
Yeah.
60 card deck,
Aladdin,
so it's pretty interesting. The what?
the Aladdin has some fire cards. Genie
Yeah, it
has fire
does.
cards. Like they're the game's gonna be great, man. Like even like Lilo, like that's all it took for my daughter. My daughter is a huge Lilo and Stitch fan. She has like multiple plushes, backpacks, shirts, pants, clothes, watches, whatever. Like, I see Lilo, I try to get it for her. You know what I'm saying? If she sees it, she's texting me asking for it. And then me and Brian were talking about the game, and then they put out the app and they showed the cards. I took a picture of every card that had Lilo, Stitch, or their characters involved. And I was like, "Would you like to play this game?" She was like, "You know it." You know what I'm saying? She was in. I had to play a game online with the Lilo and Stitch deck you built. So she almost it was a decent game, but the guy was using them green and whatever. And that card you talking about was in there, like
Cusco. Yeah.
yeah. So,
It's
but
it's
yeah,
gonna be fun, man. But Ray asked me a question today that I thought it would be cool to just have a conversation here. We didn't really have it through text, but like, um, basically, Ray felt that like they missed the boat on not having it online, and there's value to that. Like you said, Marvel Snap is probably making a gazillion dollars. I spend a shit ton of money on Marvel Snap every month, at least $30 on the low end a month between the battle pass and buying random cards. So there's definitely money there, but like I don't know, like why? I guess I'll open it up to you. Why do you feel like it would have been better, or having a companion online piece
yeah.
would be better?
So, like well, for fathers like me, don't have I'm working 12-hour days. You know what I'm saying? That I have a weird kind of schedule. If something's on like a Friday night or something like that, like I got to come home with my family. Like, hey, is it cool if I go do this? Got just had a baby and stuff. When I could just pick up an app and be like, hey, Brian, let's run. Or I could just play people online on my phone. You know what I'm saying? It would even be cool if you could only play with the cards you had and there was like some kind of reader, or numbers you had to type in, just anything, And then I'm basing this off of the strength of Marvel. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't even have a trading card game or anything like this. This came out, boom, gangbusters. Like, it's the shit. Same thing with Disney, like with Disney Marvel, same thing. But people love it. So if there was an app, just an easier and faster way to play than me having to go to a store. You know what I'm saying, or meet up with friends when I don't have a lot of time to do that. I just think and that's what 80% of the world. Like we're all just slaving away, trying to do the best we
Mm-hmm.
can. And we have an app right there, play a couple games before you go to bed or, in between whatever you're doing. So I think they dropped the ball on that because shoot, I would have had it and I would have been spending money on it already. you know So that's why like, I think they're gonna obviously you don't have to think. You can tell by the numbers, like the cards are going like crazy. And people are
Crazy,
excited for this
crazy.
game. So I'm not saying like
I
it
mean, it
should,
sold out every day at Gen Con.
but
They
like you
had
said,
allocation for every day
and
and it
they
was
have a
gone.
cool ass app. The Lorcana app is cool as shit. And they just had a thing for like versus, play with your friends, build decks. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, just a teeny bit of something, I think would have been amazing. And they're missing out on it. But they already have the app, so that's not saying in the future that they won't do something. They're just starting out. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah,
yeah,
I don't know. I'm more into like the trading card aspect of it. Like it's a licensed product, so it's not like it's not Disney, right? It's Ravensburger that's making this game. And they have rights to other stuff for like Disney, some Star Wars puzzles and like Minions, and they've made other Disney stuff. But I just don't know. I think the whole like when you're talking about cards, like other than me, other than you, Ray, I don't talk to nobody about Marvel Snap. Like I just don't. Like I play online with random people. You don't talk to them. Like there's no additional community hype outside of people talking about meta decks on like websites. Like there's nothing, no conversations happening. You're spending the money, but like the growth of it is probably a core group of people like us that are still playing it, and we just spend money on it. And that's fine. Like they're gonna make a gazillion dollars doing that. But like when you have to go interact and talk to people and build a community, like the in my head, business wise, the kid aspect of that is important because now you're like growing your influence even further beyond just their app where
Yeah.
they watch all the movies. So like I posted a TikTok. It was interesting because like I'm playing the game nonstop and I'm trying to build decks. And I was like, the moment I got super into Lorcana, all of a sudden now I want to watch all the Disney movies. Like that's the side effect of it, right? Like
Yeah, yeah. I watched Beauty and the Beast the other night, and then I watched Aladdin the other night. Just
we
from
watched
playing
The
little.
Lion King. I posted a TikTok and this dude was like, we have to do this more, by the way. We have to post more TikToks about Larcana because so I posted it and this dude commented and he was like, I didn't even know this game existed. And now I'm about to go spend a bunch of money on it. Like, because our typical audience isn't the trading card game audience. So like even talking about it and just like when we go on Friday. So the game comes out on the 18th, which is Friday. Ray's coming up by me. We're gonna go to the store. This whole event, release day, yada yada. So if you're in the Southeast Wisconsin area, Cosmic Destroyers, um,
I'm excited.
down in Shorewood is going. There's a couple other stores, but this guy's really cool and the store is cool. So they're gonna be doing an event there that we're going to. So that's gonna be cool. But like, I can just I can just think of people like as they're playing, especially kids, like singing the songs when they play a song or like, just humming as they're going through. It's just gonna be
Yeah,
one of those things where like you're gonna be so involved in it and it's gonna be cool. It's just gonna be a really cool aspect of a trading card game that you typically the only thing closest to that because Pokemon obviously is really popular with kids and stuff, and Yu-Gi-Oh to an extent is popular with like I don't know a little bit older crowd, not kids per se. But for Yu-Gi-Oh, because we lived the cartoon and it was more interactive, right? Like when you summon a monster on Yu-Gi-Oh, like it felt like like you were a part of it. So like that feeling is gonna be not the same as Yu-Gi-Oh, but they're more attached to it. We're more attached to it as adults that grew up the last 30 years watching Disney movies. So like it's gonna be
for
interesting.
sure. And
Like,
then,
dude,
dude,
we don't
I'm
there's so
all
much stuff on there.
I'm all a part of that stuff though, obviously, man. Because dude, I used to love going to play Hero Clicks, opening them up,
Yeah, Hero
seeing
Clicks,
what
right?
you get, and then I was also a reseller and a trader. I was big in the that for like almost 2 years, bro. Like I was selling and trading Hero Clicks like gangbusters. I was trading to the dude in the store. You know what I'm saying? I pulled like a $60 piece. And me, Brian knows this. I'm different, dude. I don't care about meta, don't play meta. Like I go for pieces or cards and stuff that I want. And if I can win playing that way, fine. If I can't, I understand because I know the deal. I've been through this before, So Lorcana is definitely gonna hold a special spot in my heart, man. Because I'm gonna make a villain deck, because I love Disney villains. And once more Hercules cards come out, I'll probably build a deck towards that. Like that's gonna be my thing, building what I want. I don't care what people are playing or where they're using. I'm just gonna try to make the best deck around what I like and use the best of my abilities. That's always been my thing in games, card games, whatever.
For me, it's about the strategy. Like even on Hero Clicks, it's like what can I create a synergy with that might not necessarily be obvious. Um, and it's just that's fun to me. Like, how can I outsmart a person? But like, I'm not a big fan of like just copying a deck online. So like, for me, is more trial and error. Like, I'll probably get there, but I'm gonna have to be like, okay, this worked, this didn't work, this didn't work. Like, I'm not gonna go online and try to find the most winning percentage deck. But on
Yeah.
Friday, it's going to be cool. There's starter decks. So if you guys are just hearing about Lorcana for the first time, so on the 18th, it releases at your local game stores. On September 1st, it's going to release at your big box stores. So Target, Walmart, a couple other places. That will probably be your best bet unless you plan on playing in events, because the game stores are being told there's not that much allocation, so they're not going to probably be selling it to random people unless you play, and if they are, they're going to charge you way more than what it costs. But the way that the rules are going to be is you get a booster or starter deck. There are 3 of them, and then inside that starter deck there is a booster pack already that comes with it. You open that pack up and you're able to swap in 1 or 2 cards depending on the rules for your store into your deck to make it different from the next person's deck that you might be playing with. So that's pretty interesting. So we'll see how it goes. And then sealed decks are interesting too. The problem with doing sealed in this game is because you can only use like 2 colors in a sealed, you're going to end up with a 40 card deck and it's going to be rainbow and it's just weird. But it's the only way that you can avoid like a meta, like if you're going to be doing tournaments, because otherwise everyone's going to show up with the same sapphire amber deck with Mickey Mouse ramping, you know what I'm saying, ramping ink. And then that's just how it's going to be.
Yeah, I understand it. Well, once they get further along, you might see more of that, though. They'll be coming out with like, just the sapphire steel. You know, you'll see that soon.
Oh, for sure. I mean, there's 204 cards. So once people get more and more cards, there's gonna be a lot of more variation, because also like the stuff that we've been playing with online, like unless you're gonna dump a lot of money into it, it's gonna be hard to create decks with 4 of each of those cards. You know what I'm saying? Like how many boosters are you gonna open? So like there's gonna be a lot of like more flushed out decks that have like 1 or 2 versions of the cards they want until they keep opening
Yeah,
boosters and then are able to fill it in the way that they want to fill it in. So it's gonna be an interesting 3 months of events. I'm excited. I'm excited.
I'm in. Get to hang out with my
Disney.
buddy. Teach my daughter a new game. Get her into it too, man. That's my bud.
Yeah, I
So,
mean, I'm gonna play with the wife. I'm gonna play with the kid, with the nieces. Like I told my niece Mia, I sent her a video. I texted it to her. She's about to turn 10, and I was like, "Hey, booger, check out this game or whatever. I want you to play with me." And she came over here last weekend, and she was like, "Dude, did the game come out yet?" And I was like, "No, it's not out yet. We gotta wait until that." But she's already, waiting for it to come so we could play. So that's gonna be the cool part, is playing with the younger generation.
oh yeah, man, it's always cool, like showing somebody something that you're, into, and then they kind of into it, and they learn more stuff. That's what it's all about, man. Passing it down. You always want new players, or new fans. You know what I'm saying? Or there's always a keep growing. It's awesome. That's what I'm saying. This game, like you said, you're gonna be playing against a 9-year-old and like a 45-year-old dude. You know what I'm saying? Like for real.
I mean, that happened the couple times we went to play Pokemon with. Remember we went. That was how it was. Like we went with.
Yeah,
Who did we go with? It wasn't just me and you. Was it Rob? Somebody came with us,
yeah. Probably Rob.
and we were playing with like super like a bunch of kids. It was interesting. I mean, it's
Yeah,
a kid game. We're just into it at that point, opening boosters and building
everyone
decks.
in videos of it being grown ass men. No kids playing this game. So
No, like when you go to any cons or like tournaments or like worlds, for example, like there ain't no kids 'cause it costs money. So like when I went to Worlds for Hero Clicks in Ohio at um
hmm
Origin a bunch of years ago, I think it was like 5 years ago now, 4 years ago, there wasn't a kid in sight. It was
Well,
nothing
that's
but
an adult
adults.
game though too, man. Like I even when I was going to like home stores, little stores, like you didn't run into many little kids. That game is very intricate. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of reading, a lot of powers, adding, subtracting, dividing. Like, dude, that game is tough. Shit, it took me damn near a year to play it correctly, all the rules and stuff. So yeah, but kind of has this thing, man. There's quite a bit of reading there and powers and understanding stuff too, man. So it's going to take some time for I think younger people to catch on to it.
it's not overly complex, but there definitely is a lot going on. I mean, even when I was trying to talk to you about it, like I was like, I don't know. So there's action cards, there's items, and there's songs that characters sing. And I was like, one of these cards has to stay on the field. Like there's no way these are all single use cards. There's
Yeah,
no way. So I mean,
there's
it took me like a week and a half to like figure out which ones are actually, there, because at the time I wasn't playing it on, that homemade app or whatever. I was just going through the cards and like trying to read it. And I was trying to read the rules and find what was happening on the app. But now that you can actually try it on the PC stuff, then made it a lot easier to understand.
been fun. It's definitely been fun. Me and Brandon be playing, and I'm like, another one, another one. He's like, my food's coming. I'm like, one more. He's like, yeah, it's still not here. Right, get with it. That's how me and Brian get that when we're playing like something like that together. Whether it be Hero Clicks or Magic or Pokemon. Like we would just be like, well, like if we
I
and if
mean,
we were
we would
together,
spend
if
whole
we were
day.
together, it would just be a nonstop fucking.
There was like 12, 13-hour Hero Click days, bro, where we only stopped to eat. Like we should probably get some pizza or something.
I'll be eating at the same time.
No, I mean
Yeah.
I got that Pixelborn thing to work on the Rogue Allies, so like now I don't have to. I'm not
You playing
stationary. I can just
TV?
do it, and I put on a TV today, so I
Super clutch.
docked it, and I have one of those little it's a Bluetooth keyboard, but a little one, like a
Yeah.
handheld one, and it has a little keyboard or whatever. I was like, let's see if this works. So I docked it, came up on a TV. I was messing with the mouse thing. I was like, oh, it's game over now, boy. We on here.
Yeah, it's fire.
But that's better because my brother was over here and he's intrigued by it. He's never really been a gamer. Like he plays Fortnite more than I ever thought he'd play any game. And he plays some card games, but he loses interest quickly. And since he came with me on the trip, he was like, dude, I kind of like, what is it about? So I explained it. And he was over here yesterday and he seen me kind of playing on the handheld. And he was like, dude, that looks interesting. Had I plugged it into the TV, I would have been able to show him better. Like, look, this is,
Yeah.
how it works. And so for my wife and for my niece who's coming over tomorrow, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go on there and I'll be like, here's, what it looks like and what it could be.
Hell
Pretty
yeah.
fun. Pretty fun.
So on the heels, guys, well, we're talking a little bit about last week. Blue Beetle, it was going down. Like
Downhill.
it wasn't uh projecting well, or whatever you want to call it. And then James Gunn put a little tweet out, started projecting a little bit better. And
Double
then
better. Like it went from like
yeah,
like a good double, like 15 more $1 million.
Hey, you guys want culture in your comics, you want different characters. Here's a main one. He's what I'm saying, Mexican, whatever, like. And then now the reviews coming out that it's pretty damn good.
Pretty good. So I didn't know that they only have the budget was only 100 million. So they don't have to do crazy numbers to be considered a success. And a lot of that reason for that is the suit's not CGI. So that's a lot of budget dollars that you get to save on. But here I'm just gonna read a couple of reviews that have been popping up on Twitter or X now.
For sure. That's so dumb.
So Adam at the Adam Review says Blue Beetle Review, superhero magic. It's so creative, hilarious, and emotional. A fun coming of age adventure with cool cameos and insane action that'll bust your blue balls. Not just another comic book film. It's one of the best DC movies ever. A fitting and setting up what's next. The next one, all on the board. Blue Beetle is a superhero action movie for the whole family. It has heart, humor, character, culture, and is bags of fun. But its heart and soul are family and emotion. It resonates. I loved it. The next one, Finger at Cinema Lord 1 says, Blue Beetle review. Wow, this hit me with like a truck. What a profound and devastating film. An uncomfortable but needed message on humanity and life. One of the most moving and sobering pictures I've seen in some time. This movie had consequences. It will only get better with time. What? Somebody dying for sure. I'm here for it. Blue Beetle, this is everything _ DCU at Jeremy J. Lop says, Blue Beetle's DC's top-notch entry into the world of DCU, a heartfelt origin story that takes you back to Iron Man era with action sequences straight from anime world. Zolo Maridueña is Jaime Reyes delivering an outstanding performance. You don't want to miss this one. I give it a 10 out of 10. Those are just some
Yeah, and
that
that's the
I'm
thing
reading
about
off
Blue
an
Beetle.
article.
Like that's the thing about Blue Beetle. I can recover too much either. Like the creativity, like he can whatever his mind could think of, weaponry wise, that Scarab can make
We'll
it
make
for
it.
him.
Yeah.
Like he's not no Iron Man knockoff. He didn't make the suit. He don't really understand it. He's just learning as it goes, but it makes him one of the strongest beings on the planet. You know what I'm
Like in
saying?
one of the
And
trailers, I'm pretty sure he makes the Final Fantasy sword.
oh
I'm
no, that's
pretty
the Final
positive
Fantasy sword
that he makes.
for sure.
So like
Hands down.
that's crazy.
And then it protects itself. Like even if he don't want to fight or he can't fight, and then Scarab is still going, it will defend itself. I think it's
So
gonna be awesome, man, and I
I think
hope.
it's gonna. I told my wife too. I was like, we're there for it. We're definitely watching it. But so comic book. What is this comic book? What the heck is this called? It's a comic book website, comicbooksomething.com. So they have a couple that are like not super positive, but even the ones that are mediocre, like listen to this one. David Branson BD says the Blue Beetle movie is mostly a blast. Some is too silly or childish for me. A lot had me laughing loud, especially George Lopez. Practical suit rocks. The Latino representation is awesome. Enjoyed the family centric stakes, solid action beats. Overall, it's a really fun movie. So like even the ones that are like, some of it's not for me is like, yo, this was legit. So I was already gonna watch it. I was trying to get people last podcast to be like, you gotta come out here and show out. This movie has to do way more than 100 million. Like it's projected now for like 60 or something. The numbers keep going up more and more. And I think this is going to be one of those things because it seems to be good. Word of mouth is going to propel it. So like people are going to watch it, and then all of a sudden it'll be a wave of people, watching it. So
Mhm.
it'll make more than what they spent at least.
Yeah, because we all know like as fans, like we really don't care about reviews, but like someone that's on the fence, that's all they're care about. Oh, the reviews stink. I'm not gonna see that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's a good thing that good reviews are coming out. And most of the reviews have not been about Blue Beetle, the suit, or they're talking about the family aspect,
Right.
things that are in line, it being an actual good movie, good pacing. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of stuff I want to hear. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Not a
so
single review on the suit or on bad CGI. And then, usually that's where we go, right? Like the CGI was awful and not
we
a
do
single
practical
one talking
suits.
about that.
Practical suits are fire. At least the most realistic. You know what I'm saying? I get it, dude. I love CGI too. I love some good CGI, but practical suits are great. And I'm glad they're doing it. I'm glad this movie's getting good reviews. I'm glad the buzz is going up from where it was at. You know what I'm saying? It's not like a Batman vs Superman where it was so high, and then the day after people start seeing it was so.
Boom.
So it's
This
good.
one, I think this one's the most encouraging because Anher Manuel Soto review says he was the movie was much better than he expected. He added his own flavor to the superhero genre by having a film focus on tight-knit family and Latino culture. It's fun, extremely funny, and he got away with a few jokes that floored me. So there's like some super Hispanic stuff that might go over, some of our other friends' heads, but I'm here for it, man. Like this, I hope that it's like it just goes crazy. I hope people go watch it and it's like this amazing thing, and all of a sudden we're at $400 million worldwide and it outdoes the Flash,
DC
because of
needs
what
it.
it did. DC needs it for sure. I'm
So
excited. It'll be interesting.
and it being a new character, like I'm all for it.
All
Not
for it.
character in comics, but like it's a new character on the screen, a new character getting some shine. Awesome. I love a Plastic Man movie. You know what I'm saying? Like characters that are obscure but they're dope. So, and Blue Beetle's obviously one of them. So let's go.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the director for this movie is like he's Latino, but like he he understands it, right? So like it's like Ryan Coolidge or whatever for Black Panther. Like
Yeah,
it's his culture. Like you bring that into it. So like this is that same exact scenario where like this is
it's
who
all.
he is, right? So like now, as long as the studio lets you, you infuse that into the movie that's already about Latino culture, and now you get something that, from what we could tell so far, is an amazing movie.
Yeah, I would love to see Halloween time bunch of Blue Beetles, man. That'll be fire. But dude, aesthetically, if people go to see it, it's gonna hit with kids. It's gonna hit. The black and blue.
Yeah, he looks
You
freaking
know,
cool.
his dude, he could do damn near anything. You know what I'm saying? Kids are like, yo, Blue Beetle's awesome. And they don't even know who he is. And I think a lot of people are gonna come away from this like, yo, Blue Beetle is the shit. He's legit.
That's why I always like things with personality. Like clearly Jaime is the main character here. The Scarab is protecting him. But like that's why I always thought a Booster Gold movie or show would be cool. Cause like he has a lot of personality. Like the
Yeah.
character in itself is just, full of it. So like, I don't know. I'm smiling because I'm excited to watch it. I was already gonna watch it, but now I'm going in like ready to watch it. So it's gonna be cool.
Dude, Ryan Gosling would be a fire.
Oh, what? Oh,
Ryan
Booster
Gosling
Gold? Yeah.
would be a fire. Gold. He's funny. He's handsome. Sorry. And dude, Ryan Gosling is just a dope dude. And he looks like Booster Gold. Like if someone were to play him, so that would be dope.
Be
So
interesting.
what nice a surprise. Like I was when I first seen the trailer, kind of, excited, and then I was like, man, what are they gonna do with this anyways? But Twisted Metal, like it's
Oh,
dude,
bruh.
it's funny, it's action, it gets dark, really dark, you know what I'm saying? But they also play with it too. It's funny, like it's crazy how good of a job they did. And I didn't know what the hell they were doing with it. And what they did with it was actually pretty cool. So that's
Listen,
all I can say about it.
when they announced it, I was like, I told Ray, I was like, bro, like they're making it like a comedy. Like, I mean, this game is so old, right? And I honestly don't even remember the origin of a lot of the characters because it's been like at least 20 years since we played any of these games. But I went in like super skeptical. Like, this is probably going to be trash. Like, that was like, I'm going to watch it because, I just want to see for myself. And what I got, like, it was just fun. Like, it is a fun TV show. I loved it, bro. Like, every episode, I would text Ray or my buddy Diego, and I'll be like, dog, like, or because Ray was watching it slightly behind me, and he was like, yo, that Sweet Tooth episode was cool. And I was like, yo, wait till you see the next Sweet Tooth episode. This dude is a menace. Like, it's
Dude,
just so good, dude.
and
So
they did
good.
so many things so well. Dude, that ball pit sex scene, I think, is I don't know, like what was it, like kind of I don't know, legendary, not legendary, but like it's never been done. Say, but how many times have you thought about that? Being a kid, something like that, or just in general, you're like, man, it'd be dope to smash in the ball. Just dope. Ball pits are dope in general. And then that scene happened, I was like,
Gross, but cool.
the whole time I was like, I can dig it. I can dig it because my head went straight there, like, oh, they're gonna smash in the ball pit. Like, so yeah, Twisted Metal, pretty fire. But the only thing I wish they did was like introduce a new character every other episode or something, like from the game, because the characters were in depth. Like if you beat it, you see their story and stuff like that. I think that would have been cool. And I knew Sweet Tooth was gonna be there because that's a big selling point.
Yeah.
Sweet Tooth has been in video games. He's had his own comic books. Like Sweet Tooth is one of those things that
He's a
goes.
PlayStation icon. Like
Yeah.
when you think PlayStation, like you think Sweet Tooth and you think Nathan Drake from Uncharted and God of War. Like it's just, even though we haven't had a Twisted Metal game in forever, it's a mascot, right? Like it's a PlayStation mascot.
Oh yeah. Twisted Metal is one of my favorite games of all time, and I haven't played it in 20 years.
So fun. But the show was just so good. And then the ending,
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil it. You should watch it. It's on Peacock. Like it's witty, it's funny, it's dark, like Ray said. Like it's just a perfect blend of of all of it. And every time something happened on an episode, I'm like, this is just it's just cool. Like it was just
Yeah,
a cool show.
it was a fun time.
Yeah,
It's a fun time.
just
So
fun.
I enjoyed it. I do have to finish it. Probably have like 3 episodes left or something. 4, I don't know, but yeah, it's been really good.
I love it. I finished all of it. The end credit scene, there is an end credit for setting
Okay.
up another season. Amazing. And then Sony's now 2 for 2 on TV shows. Like clearly, it's not Sony making it. Let's get that out, right? They're either, they're hiring people or contracting it out or like selling rights off. But these are Sony productions for the most part. Like The Last of Us was a very amazing show that stuck to the source material for the most part and ended up being a mega hit for HBO. And now Twisted Metal is it's like the biggest comedy that's ever been on Peacock or some shit like that I read yesterday. So like, I mean, they're getting it done. Like this makes me more excited for God of War when that comes out because that's
That
coming.
shows you the power of video games, man. It goes beyond video games, dude. You throw a top-notch title out there like that, people are going to come for that and then stay for whatever they get. You know what I'm saying? And what they got, or what I got, was something unexpected, man. Like it's fun, it's
Super
crazy,
unexpected.
you know. Like so,
Like
yeah.
Wesley was here last podcast. He wasn't even intending on watching it, and I was like, "Dog, you should check it out." Like Diego wasn't gonna watch it, and once he watched it, he would text me after every episode. He's like, "Dude, this is nuts! Like, it's just good." God of War,
Yeah.
bro. Like God of War is gonna be the shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is gonna be insane good. I am
Mm-hmm.
so excited now. We're 2 for 2. Whenever this thing comes out, regardless of if they follow the first series or the new North series. I'm hoping maybe they do whatever, something even newer and
Yeah.
kind of like follow Kratos, but in with a different pantheon. That way they can do what they want and it still be, Kratos and God of War. But boy, I am excited.
Oh, it's God of War, man. Like, dude, I haven't played. I think I've missed out on maybe the last two or something like that, and it just still holds a special spot. Dude, it's God of War. Like,
So
Sony
good.
has some of the greatest games ever made.
So
That's you
good.
can't that at all. You
Like
know,
what other
wait,
games? I'm gonna Google it real quick.
I think the only person close, well, not close, the person beating them is Nintendo. But Sony had, it's Crash Bandicoot,
Crash
Splinter Cell,
Bandicoot.
Metal Gear Solid, God of War, Uncharted, Last of Us, Twisted Metal, like dude, it goes on and on. Dude, I gotta go to the bathroom so bad. I'll be right back.
No, go ahead. I'm looking it up. I'm trying to see different things that are going to be coming out. So this year alone, video game TVs in 2023 and beyond. So we all know about The Last of Us. We had The Witcher season 3, Halo season 2. So that's pretty cool. The first season was interesting. An untitled Knuckles series, Tomb Raider, a live action Pokemon series. There's a rumored Mass Effect, Devil May Cry, Horizon. Dude, if we get a live action, when the first moment I played Horizon Zero Dawn, I was like, this has to be a movie immediately. I need to watch Horizon. If that, dude, God of War, Alan Wake, Gears of War, Splinter Cell, just to name a few. So like, and then you have the movies that have already come out that we've turned blue talking about, Sonic and Mario, which were just amazing animated movies. Dude, a Ghost of Tsushima? Dude, if you give me a Ghost of Tsushima video game, oh, bro, it's a great time to be a nerd, y'all. It is a great time to be a nerd. And it's just exciting. It's just crazy to me. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely insane. God of War is gonna be just so good. I can't wait to see who they cast. And just kind of switching it up a little bit as Ray gets back here. Because Ray hasn't seen this, so I'm probably gonna take over here the next minute or two. So, and then I'll bring Ray in for some more stuff. So Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem was amazing. So I'm not gonna spoil it because Ray hasn't seen it and he's a big turtle guy. But I will say the movie is super cool. I went into the movie, so I don't like that. I think Ray does, and most people cool. I'm not super artsy, so like the art in this movie or like the graphics, I already was going in like, it kind of reminded me of like um Celebrity Deathmatch with like the clay figurines and the motion capture stuff. I was like, I don't care about none of that.
By the way,
But
legendary.
I was like, okay, we'll go in. But what I got, dude, was a really well thought out movie. They changed some origin stuff with like Shredder um and Master Splinter, but it was stuff that I feel like just had to be updated because of where we're at now. Like it doesn't make sense for them to come from like Japan and a samurai household. Like some of that stuff is interesting, but like it's
Yeah.
not really that crazy. So I don't have a problem with that, but I do have a couple problems with it. And overall, I'd give it probably a 4 out of 5 stars if I had to rate it. It was a really good movie. But there are some things, and this is really nitpicky, so I feel bad even bringing it up, but I want to bring it up in general. 2 things. The first one is I feel like they got the voices wrong. And this is a completely personal opinion. Do not murder me online. It is how the turtles sound to me in my head, how they sound. So the 4 turtles, for Jackie Chan sounded amazing as Master Splinter, by the way. But the turtles, I feel like were miscast voice wise. So Mikey doesn't sound like what to me Mikey would sound like until the end of the movie when he meets Bebop and Rocksteady. Like he has a really deep voice. He's kind of serious. He sounded like Raph to me. So like I feel like Leo was fine, but somewhere along the lines, like they mixed up who should play who. Like the person that was playing Mikey should have been Raph. The person that was playing Raph should have been Donnie. And then the person that was Donnie should have been Mikey. Like in my head, that's how they sound. And I was just like, they didn't kill the movie for me or anything, but after I watched it and I was driving home, that was like the only thing I talked to my wife about. I was like, it was fun, it was cool, I liked it. Like the actual graphics weren't as bad as I envisioned them they were going to be. It was actually a cool ass movie. But for some reason, I just couldn't get that out of my head. Like in my mind, that wasn't Michelangelo. Like it just wasn't who he is to me.
Michelangelo's a tubular dude, and he doesn't sound like that. That's to throw everybody off.
No, he definitely didn't sound. He eventually, when he meets some characters later,
Well,
like he
this one, they're like actually like 13 years old,
right,
right?
super young.
So, he had obviously he hasn't come into his own by then. Normal
Yeah,
Beast Ninja Turtles, they're Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but
right,
they're 20s. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Like, they know who they are. You know what I'm saying? So in that aspect, I get it what you're saying, but it'll probably throw me off too. I'll be like, oh, man, but this is a lot younger.
Way younger. This is the youngest we've ever seen them. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is the youngest we've ever seen them. And then the other thing is like, and it plays to exactly what you're saying, like literally exactly what you're talking about. You haven't watched the movie, so it's cool that you kind of hit on that. Because they're so young and learning, like Leo's not the leader. They don't even have a leader, but like the way Leonardo is portrayed is like kind of weird. He's like a snitch. Like it's just weird. But again, like he's growing into this role. Like Splinter clearly views him as the leader, but he's not there yet. And obviously that's what the movie's about, them kind of growing into what we know. But I mean, Mutant Mayhem, if you haven't seen it, take the kids. If you're just a fan, take yourself. You'll love it. It's only an hour and 40 minutes long. It's not a long movie. Super fun. I don't have, again, that was super nitpicky. And it's only because in my head they sound that way. Like if it wasn't for that, this movie was just a really great movie. You should check it out.
Staying on the subject of Ninja Turtles, guys. I haven't read the book, but when Brian first read the book, he was telling me about it. And it seems that, I mean, not seems, the storyline is I don't know. If you're a fan of Ninja Turtles, it's probably like the dopest way they could take it. You know what I'm saying?
Ever.
After being 37 years old, like a Ninja Turtle since I was about 7 years old, and then this coming out. So they're building a game. Well, not building. It's coming. The game is coming for sure. So if you don't know, there's a comic book called The Last Ronin, and if you don't know, Ninja Turtles originated from comic books. So that's their birthplace. You know what I'm saying? Then they exploded to some, it's unexplainable how big the Ninja Turtles have gotten. They're bigger than, I mean, you could put them right up next to Superman, Spider-Man, and Batman. Like that's how popular they are. They've actually been in movies with Batman. But this comic book, I'm not going to spoil any of it for you guys because I think the story alone will get you
Yeah, you
interested.
can't. Like, we can't tell you.
Yeah,
The only
so
thing
it's in
you
the
know is
future.
there's one
Yeah,
turtle left. That's it. That's the
yep.
only thing we'll tell you.
The brothers have died. He wears all his fallen brothers' colors and uses all the weapons like as a homage to them or whatever. And yeah, it's about the last surviving Ninja Turtle and his journey. And they're
So cool.
making it into a video game. And dude, I don't play single player games. I have to beat
Oh,
this game.
I'm all over this. The
I
rumor
have.
is it's gonna be like God of War, like a because that's what it is. Like the comic is a gritty, like dark, like the turtles are dead except for one. They talk to him like in his head, like he talks to them in different moments. Like April's messed up. Like the Shredder's grandson is just running havoc in the futuristic New York. Like it is a really gritty version of the turtles. And if they make anything even 50% of what God of War is, boy, this thing is gonna be nuts.
Dude,
Nuts.
if this does good, I can see a movie, you know what I'm saying, come from this. Like it's a story that has to be told, should have been told, and I'm glad it's happened. I just don't have a disposable income, or else I'd have bought the books. I don't know how many it was or how the run was. Did you finish it, B? Or
Yeah, I have all of them. They're not, it's not a long run, but it's had like a couple extras come after. I mean, it's just one of those things where like that's why apps are I think you used to read stuff on like YouTube. I'm sure you could find,
oh
the
yeah,
YouTube stuff.
yeah,
Because you used to
yeah.
do that a lot. You used to like watch people read them on
But
YouTube.
that's crazy, dude. Like Ninja Turtles, that's something that's never gonna die, and like every time it comes, it's hidden. Like they came Nickelodeon put out a video game for it on the phone. Went gangbusters, dude.
Yeah, it was cool too.
This movie comes out. What do you know? Everybody went to go see it and it was fire. Now that comic book, Last Ronin, did gangbusters are making a video game about it. Ninja Turtles can't miss, man. It's just something about mutant turtles that the world loves.
Yeah, so there was so I for sure the first one was like 5 issues, so it's not long, but they're thicker books. It's not like a regular comic book. They're like kind of like a graphic novel almost, but let's say it's like three comic books in one, basically. So it was 5 of those, and then they had like a side spin-off called The Lost Years, and there was 7 of those. So it was like the last run in the Lost Years.
That's fire.
So it's it's just a cool book, dude. Like if you come over here and spend some time, I'll just like read them while you're here or whatever. But they're nice, and the covers were cool. They're a lot bigger than a regular comic book. Like I couldn't even sleeve them. Like they're just taller and they're more booky.
Sounds
Um, but I mean, interesting. Super excited, dude. I'm telling you,
dude.
I
It
can just
just keeps
imagine
coming.
having a turtle and being able to use the katana and the nunchucks and like this is gonna be crazy, dog. The stick, like, it's just gonna be one of those things where, and then being able to master it, right? So like, it's gonna have to be some type of
Yeah,
RPG element. So like, you'll start with whoever the remaining turtle is, and your goal through the first part of the game is to master the weapons of your brothers or whatever, so that then you can go and fight the hand and be who you need to be.
yeah, they can even make it Arkham Knight like, they don't have to do God of War, Arkham Knight, but Batman, dude, come on, that fighting system like that, oh, man.
I can see that. So that would be more likely to me, like, because it's simple, like it's the combat system's cool and it feels more turtly. Like God of War is more
Brawly,
brawly.
just
Yeah.
kill anybody, just destruction. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so I
Just
can, and it's in New York. I can totally see it being more Arkham than God of War for sure. I mean, I'd still be into it. I even played Gotham Knights. I thought it was cool. So like, I can see that. I can definitely see that. It would be cool.
dude. Just when we're like, we have these talks all the time, like, man, like, what are we gonna watch now? Or like, what are we gonna do now? It just keeps coming. It just keeps coming. It just keeps coming. Like
It
it's
does
crazy.
though.
Just keeps coming, man. Hopefully this writer strike can get done and things keep moving along as well, man, because there's a lot of things I'm excited for in the near future. I mean, if it takes too long, I don't see some of those things happening.
No, no, it won't. It'll stall some stuff, but this will also give us a time because we're so overloaded with content, and I think that's why the studios or Hollywood in general is taking their time with this. There's so much stuff online, like so many apps and like places. You know how much shit we haven't watched, dog? Like this
Oh,
this gap in not releasing new stuff is gonna allow us to catch up on a lot of stuff that was probably amazing and we never even gave it a chance. So like I look forward to that. I think it'll be cool.
yeah. No, me, I'm always watching. My girl thinks she likes. I'm trying to show her stuff, so I'm also rewatching shit I've already seen. Like, then I play a lot of video games. It's just so hard to eat it all up, but I'm trying as much as I
There's
can.
not enough hours in a day. And then like when we're trying to create this channel and create videos and like unboxing stuff and making videos and editing and like playing games and now Lorcana, dog, like I just need $1 million so I don't have to work. And I'm just like,
Yeah, we'll definitely be recording this Friday, next this Friday coming up when
oh,
we
for
go
sure. I'll take the GoPro with and we can record.
uh, release both our boosters. We can record that for sure. Show you guys the decks. If me and Brian end up playing against each other, we maybe be able to record a game. Who knows? Brian brings his GoPro. Who knows?
It can get crazy. Actually, on my channel, there is a small video. I don't know how I found this store. I was like Googling card stores. I'm pretty sure I was looking for some Pokemon cards. And this shit just popped up on Google. And I pulled up on it. It's like 15 minutes from my house. And I walked in and I was like, hey, you mind if I make a video? And he was like, sure. So I just like grabbed my phone, went back outside, shot like a video of the front of the store, went inside, looked around. So there's like Cosmic Destroyers. Check out the YouTube channel if you want to check out the store. Definitely on there, but it's just interesting. I feel like our podcast, which is crazy because I'm not the biggest DC guy. Like I prefer Marvel, but like DC dominates our conversations, whether because they're sucking ass at something or they're making more news right now than Marvel is in general. So like, and all publicity is good publicity according to those that know, right? So like the fact that we're having all these conversations about it and not really talking on the Marvel side, it's probably a good thing.
Well,
But there
I
is more
mean,
DC news.
yeah, I think it's just all timing though, right? Because like people can say I like DC more, but dude, honestly, if I think about it, like I don't. I think it's pretty even. Now, my favorite hero, or two, like if I made a top 10, five of them would probably come from DC. But I like Marvel character. I like way more Marvel characters than I do DC characters. I know a lot more about Marvel and stuff like that. I think DC's just where I started reading. And then Batman was my favorite. And Batman in 1989. Marvel wasn't pumping as hard at the same time as DC was
No,
pumping. It's for me. You know what I'm saying? But it is definitely no love, dude. I don't hate or dislike either one. Like
no, I
I
don't
love
either.
both.
I just prefer Marvel way more. But my point is, like, we've been talking about DC for months now on all of our
Yeah,
videos, and
dude. Well, there's been a big, they're falling apart, trying to come back. Saying James Gunn coming to DC. Like, dude, it's just been big news after big news, and Marvel's slowing down.
yeah, it's slowing
Like
down.
you got the Marvels coming out. Ant-Man was
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
I.
and and then they like overpump their TV shows like Scarlet Witch, Logan, and stuff like they're just putting too much mediocre shit out after another right now, and it's not popping. They're just
Yeah, there's
getting money.
definitely overload.
They're getting
But
money off the shit they built. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is right now. There's not really
I
any.
mean, dude, they paid billions of dollars for this stuff. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, they
except for
gotta.
Deadpool, man. Like, dude, I cannot wait for Deadpool. And if Blade was slated to be where it's slated, I'd be talking about that every damn day too. Like, I can't. Just nothing there right now. But I'm excited for both of them. Though still, like, I want to see Deadpool. I'm excited for Blade coming. I'm excited for so many things, man.
I just bring it up because like James Gunn again. So Gal Gadot comes out, says, "Hey, had a sit down with DC, James Gunn. They told me we are gonna be making a Wonder Woman 3 movie together." And like the internet goes crazy, talking about, oh my God, this is happening. Basically a 50-50 split because there's a lot of people said they didn't want her back. And then James Gunn is like, yeah, no, we have no plans on making a Wonder Woman movie in the immediate future. So like somebody lying, first off. Somebody's lying. And it's just interesting. It's so
Gal Gadot,
interesting.
if you ever see this, you're better than that. Better than that. You're perfect. Okay, James Gunn, he's an asshole. They don't listen to anything he
I
tells
thought she
them.
was amazing at Wonder Woman.
Dude, she's just amazing in general. She's like an angel that fell from the heavens into our superhero fandom laps. And I picked the
Watch
better Wonder Woman movie. The first movie was so fire.
so good. The second one wasn't though. You should watch her new movie on Netflix. It just came out yesterday. Pretty solid.
Oh, I definitely do. I watched everything.
It's called like Heartstone or some shit like that.
It was good. It's action
Yeah, I
movie.
liked it. I think it was good.
Action, right?
Really good action movie. Yeah, it's a
I watched
solid
you
action.
talk about it. She's like, I love this kind of stuff. And I'm like, I love you
Really
too.
good.
She talked. I didn't hear what she was talking about too much. I was just,
You just zone out like anything you say, baby. Anything you
dude.
say.
Every time she makes a cameo, I'm like, and they always play on what everybody else is feeling. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And in the Flash movie, Batman and Aquaman and Shazam, he's like, it's Wonder Woman. What excuse do I need to have? It's Wonder Woman. You know what I'm saying? Dude, I cut my left foot off to take Wonder Woman out of the Gal Gadot Wonder Woman. Okay, I'm talking about the whole foot. I'd go while I was bleeding and it was bandaged. I'm like, this thing, don't worry about it, baby. It's me. It's all about you. It's all about you.
This is so funny. You're goofy.
But dude,
Well,
I'm getting super hot, guys. Hey, I'm stuck in
yeah,
this
I was
room.
about to say this is a good natural
It's
ending point.
extra loud. I got a baby, and it's hot in the house. I've been in this bedroom. I'm sweating
You're gonna
like
need some central air, my guy. We're
oh,
gonna have to upgrade your living situation.
for
All right,
sure.
y'all. Hey, thanks for stopping by. We appreciate the love.
Stay
Make sure you're
nerdy,
sharing
y'all.
this. Make sure you hit that follow button, hit the subscribe button. Check out our future videos. We got to get back to streaming, but Ray's having heat strokes daily, apparently, so he hasn't been able
Also,
to stream.
before we go, if anybody that follows us or in the comments or watches us or whatever, if you want to be on an episode, man,
Yeah.
put your name down in there. You know what I'm saying? And you don't have to know a ton of shit about nothing. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time we're just talking about nothing. You can chime in, you can sit there. I will definitely talk to you beforehand as well. Dude, if you want to be on an episode and you like what we're doing, dude, we would love to have you, man. Keep sharing, keep liking, and let's keep growing little by little. That don't mind me. I love doing this. You know what I'm saying? I love
Yeah,
talking with my
it's
brother.
very open forum. Like Wes can attest to this. Like we don't really have like an outline. I basically be like, here's some of the things we plan on talking about, or I'll send Ray a couple articles. And then we kind of just go from there. It's like there's no like real order to it or anything. Reality is like I mean, if you come prepared, you'll look great. Wesley looked amazing in the first episode that he was on here. He had some stats, look really good. But you don't have to, right? We'll ask you like, what do you think of this, or from your perspective, or if you're not a huge comic book fan, how do you feel about XYZ?
Mm-hmm.
It's just all about the interaction. But
Yeah.
once a
TV shows,
month again,
movies. We talk about it all. And I know you guys watch TV and movies. You know what I'm saying? So hey, I'm just throwing this out. If you want to be a part of an episode, let us know. We'll get you.
all right, y'all, that's gonna wrap it up. Hit that subscribe button, share it, let everybody know. Stay nerdy.
Say nerdy baby.